parse tree from bytes, bytes U8, and we're going to return a vec of string, the file names. So we start with you. We have a parser header. And then at the very end, we're going to return the file names. Okay, so that's the basics of this and how this is going to work. Now we can come to here and sort of like figure out how to do this. So I don't need this tree new anymore. We're just going to do mute file names equals parse tree from bytes and pass it in the bytes. Okay, so we got that. Wait a second, no. Well, kind of. Now this thing is going to be inside of the function. So we grab you out. Yeah. Well, I mean, maybe. Is that true? Yeah, this should just work now, right? We have an error though. Cannot mutate immutable variable bytes. I don't want to take ownership of this. Should we just... I could just make this a vector again and just make it that we have ownership over it. Yeah, I'm going back and forth on that, Asitu. Because like I could make it... Like there's like so many ways I could do this. My brain started to break down, so like now I'm just like flip-flopping a lot on a lot of these things. Okay, so we have the bytes. Oh, that's why we did 2 iter on this. Okay. So you're gonna be fine. If I do... Let's take ownership of it as a vec of U8. And then if I own this, iter, you need to be mutable. Bytes into iter, like that. And I can actually probably just shadow you, which means you can probably... No, I can't do an into unless I have ownership of it, so it has to be something like that. So then you... Okay. Okay, so parse tree from the bytes, and then we have the file names, and then I'm just printing them all out. Okay, you two no longer need to be mutable. We don't need that anymore. Okay, good. So now back to checkout. I want to get the tree from this hash. So we have the tree, which should be the decompressed trees. Let's do let. Oh, but you're right. I don't have. I do need this to be a vector because I need to know what it is. I need to know what it is, not just the file names. Because if I only have the file names, here, well, this is going to be a problem because I don't know if it's a file or a directory. If it's a directory, either way, I also need the hash. So I need the encoded hash and I need the directory. Okay. Today's theme is refactor. Yes, absolutely it is. It's one of the things that I think, like, I hear a lot of people talking about it, but I don't see a lot of people like trying to like sell like, hey, this is one of the really awesome things about Rust is the is refactoring. It feels a little bit easier because of that strong type system. Throw in the permissions there too. That's probably a good idea. Okay, so we do need this to be pub struct treat. So what do we have in here? We have, so what we need is I don't care about the header, but we need the mode. The mode is going to be a, what are you? How do we get this out? So like mode, next byte. Oh, I'm not reading. Oh, we're gonna have to update all of these. Okay, so these are all just bytes. I should probably store these as bytes too. Is it just like vec? Like mode and bytes? So it would be like a vec u8. And okay, so we have mode. We have file names. That's gonna be a vec. Okay, this one can be a vec of. No. I can't do that. I need, for each, I need a tree object. Okay, so either I have to do this ECS style where it's a bunch of vectors and then the IDs line up, or better yet, do a bunch of structs. So instead of like mode or something like that, we're going to have a single thing here. We just want the content. It's going to be like the tree objects. And you're going to have to be a vector of tree object. We're going to start with vector and then see if we need to make this like a hash map or literally anything else later. Okay, a tree object is going to have a mode, which we can start with. A mode is going to be a. Should that be a string or should we make this a vector of probably just a vector of U8s, right? So everything here is just going to be in bytes. So a vec of U8. We're going to start with this and then see if we need to refactor because refactoring is pretty easy in Rust. So we might as well lean into it. So we have a mode. We have a file name. So file name. Now this one, are we converting it to a string in here in tree parser? Yes, I am converting it into a string right here. So I might as well store those as strings up here too. So file name, that's a string. The checksum, this can be a vec of U8. And then I don't care if it when we're done. That none of that really makes sense. So okay, we have you. When I create a new tree, so I guess if I create a new tree, I can just do a tree from the bytes. We can just do impl from vec of U8 for tree. And we need to parse the tree from the bytes inside of here. Fun times. So really, it's going to be all this stuff in here. Okay, but not quite that simple. Okay, so we have the file names. We need the tree. This to be tree objects. Do you need anything about blob versus tree, or is that covered by the mode? So what we get down here, you can sort of see what we have. All we're ever going to get is a blob or a tree, and it's shown in here. So we actually should see the type. I think that's covered in mode. I think, oh wait, oh yeah. We need a type. We need a type. I think it is covered. It's covered in the mode case in the tree parser, but that's not helpful. We need inside of view, we have the mode, and then we need the tree, like the object type. Which we might as well make this an enum. So we're going to have a blob or a tree. Use that type system for us. So I'll have to grab that out. Okay, so the mode, we absolutely should have the mode be something like a, what is it? It's something like this, but it does have that 0 in front of it. Sometimes that's not a good number. I should probably turn this into a string. When I'm creating a file, does it lets me set the mode, right? What does it require in? Oh, it's treated as a U32 when doing any operations in the file mode. Okay. Yeah, so if I do file create, and we're going to write into it. Do I want options instead? Because it's a... Can I set mode on this? Where can I set the mode? Huh. Permissions and metadata. Set permissions. Okay, and then permissions here. Oh, that's not... Wait, that's it? Read only? Metadata. It must be metadata then. Wait, no, but this is not me creating a new... This is me getting it, right? If I'm creating the file, how do I set the metadata? Yeah, wait, okay, so this is... Yeah, so, okay, create queries metadata about the underlying file that was already created, but not setting the metadata. Now there's the open options. Open options feels like it may be a good idea because like I can call open options new and then chain options on here, but there's no... Create a new file. Oh, it's open options extend. Oh, here it is. Open option extend. Okay. Because mode doesn't exist on Windows. Oh, okay. So it's only, okay. So it has to be, there it is. Mode. Set the, okay. So we need to use the open options ext trait to then be able to set the mode on this. Okay. And the mode is going to be U32. So there we go. Okay. So it's U32 that we're going to get. And that's what we were looking for, is what was that? So our mode is a U32 here. Object type is going to be a tree object type. Our file name is going to be string, and our checksum is going to be a vec of U8. Perfect. Wait, checksum is not a vec of U8. Checksum is going to be a hash, which needs to be a hash. Okay, perfect. Need to remember to use that hash that we created. All right, so fun times. Okay, so first of all, we create our tree object. Okay, we create a vector of tree objects here. We create a brand new parser. This is going to be our value. We then create bytes. We get an iterator over the bytes from the value. We then begin looping through. We grab, okay, then we step through. Ooh, so this is, okay, this one we're stepping and we're just getting the file name. And so I think what we need to do now is we need to make sure that this returns back not the file name, but a tree object. So to make sure that that happens, is there a way to like mark bookmark? I was hoping that I could like put a little marker over here. Oh wait, breakpoint. I could put a breakpoint in here. And what's debug mode? G. There we go. Okay. So put a little book using the debug mode not correctly, but using it for myself just to know like, okay, I have to come back to here after we're now going to go to parser step and start making sure that it returns a tree object. So when we impl step, instead of an option string, every line is going to have to be a tree object. Does it have to be an option? I don't know. We'll do a tree object from here. Could use jump list with C. Yeah, I know I can do that, but the jump list gets really big. And if I clear it, it clears all the things that I've saved too, which kind of sucks. What's CO? I don't know what the CI or CO is, but the C save, I can definitely like save that to the jump list. But like is hard for me to sort of like read what that is. Okay, so you're going to return a tree object. So if we're in header mode, oh, Control O and Control I are shortcuts for jumping a list. It doesn't work for me. Wait, it does work for me? Oh. Where is it jump? Okay, hold on. Let's come back up here. If I CS to save this, and I see, I guess like we'll CS to save this. Control O. Okay, I can go back and forth to that. Nice. Cool. Thank you for that. I don't know if I'll remember it next time, but it's nice to have here. Okay, self header loop. Okay, so if we're in the header, we go through the next byte. If we can't get the byte, that's fine, and we're just going until a null. And we can see from here that we get this blam blam blam, and then a null right there. One of these is a null. So tree. Okay, so it starts, here's the null. Right before tree, I think? No, right after? Right after, there it is. So we have TREE space, and then the size. So 3 bytes for the size, and then a null, and then we start the mode. And we're going into a space. But I think the problem here, okay, so we go until the null and then we're in mode. So we go into the null here and then we're right here. So the next one is going to start right here. That's the mode. Is that correct? I think it is correct. Okay, so I want to I guess let's let mute our mode. Let's just make this a vector. We get our next byte. If your next byte is an empty string, then we're in file name now. Otherwise, oh, and we return. So we set ourselves to file name and return a none. Oh, right, because, okay, that's why we have to return a sum thing for it. Okay, so then I want you to okay, update into the mode. Oh, how am I going to return a full tree object from this? I don't think I can. It's going to have to return a piece of a tree object, or I pass in a tree object and it... I either mutate a tree object that's coming in. I'm not going to return an object anymore. And this will have to just be an option of like a sum or a none, which this is like returning none. Oh, and then it returns like the file names at the end if it's done everything. Wait, so step is each line, right? Step is each line? Okay, so what if instead of returning option, what if we return just a Boolean? Like, are we done or not? True or false? So then this would be false, not done. False, not done. Okay, so we're going to take our mode. We're going to get the next byte. We get the next byte. If the next byte is an empty string, we're now file name, and we're returning to false. Okay. Maybe you can put the match in an outer loop with a label, and whenever you return, you change that to continue outer? Maybe. My brain's starting to break down. I'm having trouble like imagining what that would be like. Okay, so the else here is going to be, I know it's fun. It's fun when that happens. Like usually I don't get this type of thing when I'm doing just normal web dev type stuff. Usually with that, it's just like, oh, I'm just physically tired, or I'm mentally tired, but not like because I've been doing really hard things. It's just, you know, lots of business work, business logic. Okay, so otherwise we're still in the mode, which means we're going to push into the mode. So mode, we're going to push the next byte in. Which means when we get to here, if the next byte is this, before we set the self to file name, we want to update our tree object. So we have our tree object. We want to set our mode, and I need to convert the bytes. I need to convert this. Okay, so we want a U32. Right, it was. Do I want big endian or little endian bytes? Is there like a from bytes or something? Which one do I want to go with? I guess we could just try the big endian. What's the okay, so it suggests that I most likely want to use big endian or little endian. I think the bytes are a string, so from string radix converts a string slice into a given base to an integer. Oh, you're probably right. They probably are a string coming in. So with radix x 8, because modes are octal. Wait. Okay, so first, wait. So this is a multi. I have to do this in multiple chunks. So we have to set first our mode. So if I want to stringify this, this would be then a string from UTF-8, pass it in the mode, and question mark u. Except we are not returning, this needs to return a result. Okay, so we return. Okay, so mode, this next byte. Okay, so mode. Wait, why is that a vector still? Shouldn't this be a string, the type? Why is it expected? Okay. Oh, equals. Oops. All right, there we go. I am definitely starting to get tired. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be able to last. Maybe let's try to go until the next ad break, which is in 25 minutes, and then we'll end then. Okay, so mode string from UTF-8, vec mode. Okay, so we get that mode. I want to now convert this into a U8. So let's do another conversion. So this is gonna be a U8, no, U32. What? U32. Oh, it's just parse. I want to parse. I want to mode equals mode dot parse into a U32. Okay, that gives me that. Let's add a context. So converting stringified mode to U32. Okay, so then now I want to set this. So tree object mode equals mode. We also set ourselves to now be in file name mode, and then we return false because we're not done. If we're going to use that mode as a mode in OpenOptions X, I think you have to parse the number as an octal for correct behavior. So you probably should use, okay. Okay, we could do that. So mode. This will be U32 from converts a string slice. Okay, so we want the string slice. That's going to be the mode. And then radix would be 8. Okay, so that's, well, I mean, worst comes to worst, we'll figure out what's going on and fix it. Okay, so that gives me that. Now I return false because we're not done yet. I'm still not 100% convinced that the return boolean should be a boolean and not something else. Like I could also return a tree parser of like what, instead of like mutating itself. Okay, so that's mode. Now we continue on. So looking back here, I step through here and I don't get a tree object anymore. We get R continuing. Which means that we need to create I need a tree object. We're gonna have to do a tree object to default, which we don't have. Okay, so we get that. We hand in immutable reference to the tree object. Right, this isn't... Yeah, how we're calling this is going to be different too, isn't it? Because I'm just in this loop, and I just want to continue looping through it until we're done. But each loop through I go through a one tree object, which means I need multiple loops. So this is where you're talking about the inner and the outer loop. So this loop would be parse tree objects. So if parser step, okay, so we're gonna do, if you are true, we're continuing. Banzi, hello. How are you doing today? You need some help with architecture for a side project you're planning. My brain is pretty fried right now. I don't know how much I can help right now. You're in the Discord, right? That might be something we can help chat about maybe after I have like a little break. And then we can just like sort of text chat about some of the architecture. Okay, no rush. That's even better because then you can get more, more discussion over time. But yeah, like I don't think I'd give good advice right now. My brain is fried. Okay, so I parser step, and then if we're true, we're done. So if we're true, we're done. Oh no, I don't think that's gonna work at all. Do you think that zombies preferred fried brains? I mean, isn't like the entire idea like zombies are dead, so they probably don't have any like actual taste buds? Also, why is it that no movies actually have zombies going after brains anymore? Like all movies are now just zombies just don't care and they just eat any part of you. They went from smart zombies that know how to eat your brain to just dumb zombies that are really fast. You want to do a community tool for a game by scraping auction house data and you don't know how you should go about it. IQ got lower, so they moved to a better diet. I've not done that much scraping in my day. So like if it was me, Bansi, I would probably just try something, but then write it in such a way that you can refactor it pretty easily. Okay. What was I literally just like sort of forgot what I was doing when I was scrolling down here. I was sort of like, ooh, this is code. Yeah, we need many changes here. The mutable tree object also needs to be created outside the loop, or the loop needs to be moved into the step method. Yeah, I know. Ooh, shiny. Yeah, exactly. That's my mode right now. I was like, shiny. Okay, so all right. Problem. Yeah, I don't think I'm making any progress right now. Okay, so where do I want to write my note to I need to write a note to myself to like know what to do with this. I think we need this to be here. So we need to rewrite the tree parser. Okay, we need to write the tree parser step method. And this loop so that we can create tree objects for every line in the bytes. currently this is each step is trying to get a file name from the line. I think my idea isn't that far off. I think though that I would want it to do an like result option tree object back again, but yeah, I might want to do like another loop inside of step. I probably need another loop inside of step. That way we don't have to do this entire thing. Because I'm not only returning one thing, I'm returning like many things or something like that. But yeah, so don't like initializing here. But not sure right now the best place to put this. I could put this, we could break this up into different like parse areas. I could basically update the parser to just parse over a single line. And then I just read through until a new line character and then go from there. Maybe that would work. And so we first skip the bytes. Oh, I might also want to switch over and use a cursor because we did all of this before we even learned a cursor. It's like we're just doing this with like a purely iterator thing. And if I do a cursor and some reads and seeks, wait, but do I need read? Like read to end and read other things? Maybe I don't. I don't know what I'm thinking. Okay, so that's that stuff. And then down here, and then we've only updated, okay, so we okay. Okay, so we have 12 errors in here. So when we come back to this next week on Monday, because this is our Monday project, it's going to be, let's see, let's save everything, quit out, and okay, our note, now this is the Git note to ourselves. So currently working on tree. Can I do this? No, that won't really link. So currently working on tree.rs. Tree is primarily used in ls tree, but need to rewrite so we can use in checkout. Angular developer, hello. You want to quit coding and start trading forex and stocks. I mean, why would you need to quit coding to be able to, like, shouldn't you be able to trade that without quitting coding? Yeah, looks like your code failed to compile. Yeah, I know. It's me. It's me. Okay. All right, so that's all done. We have a couple minutes left here. So the other day, had some friends come over, hung out. I got my haircut on Saturday morning, and how do I download all these? Download. I have to log in to down. Okay, continue with download only. Yes, go ahead and allow a download. So I got a bunch of headshots done, and part of this was just like the normal headshots, and I can maybe put like this into LinkedIn or some other places. But while we had the nice camera here and set up, I wanted to also experiment with some, you know, the YouTube thumbnail faces. Now, I'm not so confident in myself that I was able to like do the full pog faces, but I got a few, like we got a few like close to them set up. So I'd love to hear your yes, go ahead and open up all 50 items. I don't think, oh yeah, nothing here is showing, as long as I don't open up, no, because even then it doesn't have like location info because we're using a real camera for this. All right, so here's what I got. So good old normal, like standard, just face forward photos. We did some sort of looking around. That was a very bad pog attempt. But okay, so starting with this one, that one, I don't think it will work because my hand's up a little bit too high. But this one, maybe. We can try. So what are your all thoughts on like me starting to put these on YouTube thumbnails? Like the general idea is that apparently you can't really get very far with thumbnails on YouTube unless you start putting your face on them, which kind of sucks, but I understand it. I like to think that I don't click on thumbnails because of the face, but I might, and it's hard to tell. I try to do the shocked face. I don't think I'm super good at that one yet. Isn't that a YouTube algorithm thing? It kind of is. Unfortunately, it really is. Now, one of the funnier ones is I tried to do an angry one and I kept on smiling during it. I'm really bad at like this one too, where I'm trying to be like, I don't know what this emotion is supposed to be. Like fearful or like frustrated or something. Thank you. Okay, I tried to be angry there. They kept on telling me I was smiling though. Oh, this one, frustrated. I'm trying to be like frustrated look, and some cues could use more brightness though. Yeah, I don't think that they were edited. I could probably touch them up myself pretty easily though. Their one, I think that one, one of these is good. And then we have a mutual friend that just does this. Like this was his like move. So we all did one of the chin moves. I probably wouldn't put that onto YouTube because that's his signature move. So yeah, I think that I can brighten these up, remove the background. Like, I don't know if I like cut off to here. I'm like, heck, I could probably like even show a little bit more. I just have to sort of like play around with it. So anyways, as a heads up for anybody who's watching a VOD or you all who are here right now, I am going to try experimenting with some of these. I need to, as you mentioned, touch them up a little bit. These are the raw ones. And then I'll figure out what to do with it. I don't have Photoshop, so I'm going to have to use something like GIMP to do that. But yeah, that's what I got up to this weekend. Okay, we've got a couple minutes before ads would normally start, so I'm going to go ahead and head out for the day. I already pushed up my code. We left ourselves a note, so that's going to be good. Hopefully next week I remember to look at the commit log, which has our note in it, or at least has the beginnings of the note, and then the other one is in the actual file itself. That being said, I want to on Twitch, let's go ahead and raid somebody. Looking at who I'm following who's live. Why are you so small? Looks like CM Griffin is live right now, working on Vixilla. It's been a while since we've rated CM Griffin. Let's go ahead and set that up. I raid over here. Unfortunately, I can't raid on YouTube, although CM Griffin is live on YouTube. So if you want to go take a look at his YouTube page, which I don't have. Oh, wait, here it is. Copy link address. If you want to go over there and hang out with CM Griffin on YouTube, there's the link to that. So with that being said, everybody, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope that you all have a great rest of your day, and I will see you tomorrow when we'll be continuing last touches for the Docker course, which we're really close on. So see you next time. Bye.